Well, good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
We are in New Orleans. If you haven't guessed, this is Jackson Square, y'all.
That's right, we are back in the Big Easy,
Yeah.
and we are so excited to explore more of this amazing city. We're gonna spend the whole weekend trying some amazing food, drinking delicious beverages, seeing amazing sights, and getting out of the city center and showing you guys all the different sides of New Orleans.
And of course, everything we do and a lot of the stuff that we might not end up doing is going to be linked in the description below. So you can recreate our itinerary in New Orleans if you should fancy a visit. We're starting off here in the French Quarter. Definitely recommend checking it out. Of course, it is famous for Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street.
And if you are looking to partay, that is the place to go. That place is nuts. It's got everything you could possibly want in a night out.
But we are not quite in the party mindset at the moment, so
Yeah.
instead, we're gonna go walk around and explore the district a little bit.
Later tonight, we are actually planning on doing a bit of a tour of the French Quarter. So we're gonna fast forward to that, and then we'll see you there.
We're gonna appreciate it before we depreciate our brain cells. on
That's
Bourbon
called a
Street.
joke fail right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is over.
Let's
go
go.
see New Orleans. The French Quarter has had some bad luck over the years. Actually, in 1788, there was a fire and it burned about 80% of the buildings in this area, and that's because they were mostly made of wood at the time. And then, believe it or not, they had another fire in 1794 when they were still in the middle of rebuilding the area. They actually had just built this building, and this was one of the few that actually survived the fire. This is what the houses looked like in 1788. Nowadays, all that stuff has been rebuilt. It's got French influence, it's got Spanish influence, Americanized kind of influence, obviously, but this one is stuck in the past. Also, fun fact, apparently some scenes from Interview with the Vampire were filmed in this house.
Apparently the funeral scene.
Yeah.
We have to go back and watch it and check it out.
Next up, we want to get our hands on a sandwich that originated right here in New Orleans. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called the Poor Boy, or more commonly the Po' Boy, which is a lot funner to say. We came to a place that is known for making an incredible Po' Boy sandwich. They've actually been making them for over 100 years in this location right here. It is the Parkway Bakery and Tavern. You ready?
Oh, born ready, baby.
Let's go. Let's go eat some Po' Boys.
Y'all, we are not just going to eat these poor boys, we are actually going to make them and get shown how to do it properly. It's gonna be awesome. Y'all, I haven't been back in a kitchen since high school when I worked at Ruby Tuesday. It's bringing back memories. Is it everywhere? Is that a good amount? Okay. Oh, lettuce, okay. Handful? Yeah. Okay. You think it's full? Okay, on the bottom? Top. Top, oh gosh, okay.
You did great, but we'll leave the roast beef to the professionals.
Yeah.
The most important part.
Close it off. Let the gravy spill over a little bit.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Are these the biggest po' boys in the world or what? They're like the size of my whole arm.
Obnoxiously big.
So this is supposed to fit in my belly, huh? Maybe this way? This way?
You can do it. Here is our delicious po' boy. Oh man, I am gonna get so messy eating this. Look at this thing, are you kidding me? So a po' boy starts with the meat, and that's usually gonna be fried shrimp or roast beef. In our case, we've got both on here. You can have regular shrimp on it, fish, oysters, all kinds of stuff. After that, they place it all lovingly and delicately inside of this delicious French bread. So that's gonna be nice and golden on the outside and then very fluffy and moist on the inside. The po' boy that we got today is the James Brown, y'all. And this is actually an award-winning po' boy for Parkway. I don't even know what to do with this thing.
I'm excited to see how you tackle this.
Oh my gosh. It is so gluttonous. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay, here goes nothing. You know what I love is it's just not messy at all. Should I wipe my face off before I talk to the camera? Everything on this sandwich just works together so well. It's got such a creaminess, I guess from all the mayo that's on there. Then of course barbecue, love that. And then it's got the crunchiness of the shrimp. Look at that little battered guy. Oh yeah. A little cheese on there. The only downside is I was hoping it was gonna be a little bit spicier. Is this hot sauce?
Yeah.
No, we got Louisiana hot sauce to solve that. It turns out there's actually a huge park in New Orleans, so we're gonna go explore that, and we're gonna do it in style. Ooh, we do everything in style, you guys, come on.
Everything. Woo!
All right. I told y'all we were doing it in style. Check us out.
Did you ever think that this is what would be next?
It's a bicycle.
Yeah, it's called, what is it?
A Surrey.
A Surrey bike.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, it's the weirdest sort of tandem bicycle in the world.
Yeah, but what's cool about this thing is that you've got shade up here. You can just stop at any time. You're not on two wheels, so you can't fall over.
But we're just gonna cruise around the park for a bit, and then we will be off to the Botanical Gardens.
Guys, the park has a sculpture garden, and this might be one of the coolest sculptures we've ever seen.
It's the first sculpture we're seeing in the park, and it's blowing us away.
It's like they all pile on top of each other, but they almost make the shape of like a spine.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all, this is my new technique to keep the sun off my forehead. We didn't bring any sunscreen because we're idiots.
Well,
She says this is a bad idea because, you know, it's all sweaty up here and then you put it on your face. Yeah. But I maintain it's gross anyway.
But it's extra gross now. You're just sweating. I mean, maybe it keeps you cooler because it's wet now, but...
You'll be singing a different tune when your forehead's burned.
I'll just do this.
And mine's not.
Well, I have to live with this thing all the time. Gosh.
Sorry about it. Well, we had an awesome day at the park, y'all. It was a little hot. We may or may not have melted.
We got very sweaty, but we cleaned up, or at least I cleaned up a little.
Yeah, our plan is to actually go visit a couple of the many, many galleries that they have here in New Orleans. I don't think most of them really allow you to film there, but we called these two in advance, and they said we could film there. Then after that, it's gonna be dinner time. We have a very special place in mind, a place that's very seaworthy.
Oh,
it's actually called Seaworthy.
You gave it away.
That was the joke. All right, anyways, onward into the night. You guys, for some reason, these ones are my favorite. This is so cool because when you look closely, it's just very simple, but then far away, it looks like photorealistic. It's super cool. It's probably not something we'd hang in our house, but I can really appreciate the skill that goes into making something like that.
Oh yeah. I remember once I had to draw my own face in art class, and I ended up looking like a pig. Yeah. So kudos to people who can actually draw lifelike things.
This may look like just a hand-drawn person, but when you get real close, this is actually made of just O's from a typewriter. That's insane. People are so much more creative than us.
You were just blew me away. I could never draw this, but then to type it, I wouldn't even know where to start.
You guys, we've been having a blast out here. We don't usually do like art crawls or anything, but they've had such a diversity of art that we've actually found stuff that we liked.
Also, tonight is technically White Linen Night here in New Orleans, which means that on this gallery row there would be a lot of partying, bands playing, but sadly, due to COVID, they have canceled the party part of it. So it's limited capacity inside the galleries, but it's still a fun time out here.
Yeah, everyone's still wearing white linen.
Yeah.
This is our white linen.
Yeah.
This is what we got.
But it's fun. We haven't really been in New Orleans for a big celebration, so it's cool to kind of feel like we're getting part of the culture down here.
But now we're very hungry. So Seaworthy, here we come. Check it out, y'all. We got an oyster feast.
And more oysters!
Yeah, well, I don't like raw oysters, so I got the charbroiled ones, which they look so friggin' good, don't they?
They have garlic butter charred on there.
Oyster cheers
So oysters!
to delicious seafood. I don't know if this is how you do the charbroiled ones. Oh my god, that is so good. The charbroiled is the way to go. That's the way to do it, yeah.
This is actually just an intro to seafood. Tomorrow, much like the po' boys this morning, we will be doing it ourselves. And by that I mean, we're going fishing in the morning. We're gonna catch our own fish, then we're gonna eat that fish. We have to get up very early. We're gonna be super focused. We're gonna catch the biggest fishes y'all have ever seen.
And then we're gonna eat them.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you there.
How should we transition?
See you there.
That's your transition? All right.
Y'all, we are up before the sun is up. It is 4:45 a.m. and we are on our way to our fishing boat. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Believe it or not, there are still people who are out and about partying.
Still in their white linens. Woo, Lord.
Yeah.
But we have Chef Mike in the car ahead of us. We're following him there.
This is the chef who's going to be preparing the fish that we hopefully catch out on the boat today. How cool is that?
So we have a little drive and then we'll be on the boat.
This is our bait.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
That's not what you want to say when you're about to put them on a
they
hook,
look
man.
delicious.
Yeah. So this is just a huge vat of shrimp. We just stopped at this marina to get our bait for the day. And there they are. They just scoop them out on a net over there, put them in this bucket right here, and then we put it on a hook, catch fish.
All right, we're all loaded up. I got my Dramamine going, ready to go.
Yeah. We've never been fishing before, you guys, so we're a little intimidated, but we're gonna catch something, dang it.
With some of the best, though. It's gonna be great.
So we are after trout right now, and the way you spot them is you look for the birds, and the birds will be diving onto the shrimp, and then from beneath, the trout will be coming up to eat the shrimp.
Let's reel it in and see what you got.
Okay. Oh shoot, did I go over yours?
It don't make a difference. Keep your eye on it.
Okay.
And oh, you're down real fast.
Oh, good. Come on, sucker.
Okay, up and over. Whoa. Okay, let go.
Let go.
You got him.
You did it.
All right, nice work, team. We can go back.
We're good to go. All right, we finally caught something other than trout and catfish, you guys. It's a sheephead.
We want a big one, but
Yeah.
he's a start. Look at them teeth.
Wow. Whoa. Those are like human teeth.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Wow.
I feel so proud right now. I feel so capable.
Catching a nice fish does that.
Okay,
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so
We'll leave you
much.
guys to it. Well, we started our journey today on the salty waters of the Gulf. We battled so many fish, and this is the result. Here we go. Is this incredible or what, you guys? We pulled these out of the Gulf this morning. This is actually part of the Catch and Cook program, which is something you can do at multiple restaurants around New Orleans. You can come here, do exactly what we did today, go out on the water, pull your own dinner out of the water, and then they'll cook it up for you. I mean, look at this. This was that fish we pulled out of the Gulf this morning. I just can't wrap my head around that. Chef Mike, who came out on the boat with us today, is the executive chef here at GW Finn's, which is just right off of Bourbon Street. And they're known for just having absolutely delicious and unique takes on food, specifically seafood. And this is one of the unique things they do. This is like the fish version of a chicken wing.
So there's a little bit of a bone attached to this wing in here, but most of it is just meat that you can eat around the bone. That is so tender in there, and the batter is perfectly crispy. That glaze on there, oh my God, it's so sweet, so salty, so savory. So Chef Mike actually came up with this cut of fish. Apparently, normally you just throw this away, and people don't know that there's a big chunk of delicious meat attached to the fin.
And what a clever way to serve it. It's
Oh
like
my
a little
God, it's
fish
so
chicken wing.
cool. Yeah, and you can hold it by the fin so you don't get all dirty, and then you just eat it off of there.
Good morning, y'all. We're on the trolley car. You guys, the streetcar, actually, that's what it's formally called. We are actually headed out to the Garden District, so we are determined to see more New Orleans today. Oh, we're underway. Sorry, it's kind of loud on this thing. We are currently on the St. Charles line, and would you believe this is the oldest continuously operating like street rail system in the entire world? We're on it right now.
That's so much history right
Yeah.
now. And we're going to see even more history. I love history.
So like I mentioned, we are heading into the Garden District. Now this is gonna be a lot different than the French Quarter. This area that is where they actually built a ton of mansions, and they used to have a few mansions and then a bunch of gardens around them. They ended up subdividing the gardens, so there aren't really that many gardens anymore. But there are a whole heap of mansions,
Yeah.
but they're considered some of the best preserved mansions in all of the South.
Found out that this house right behind us is the house from Benjamin Button, and we actually just watched that movie randomly. It was on TV the other night. That's where he sat up on that roof in there.
Yeah, I
Oh, Brad
recognized it
Pitt.
right when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, he was sat right up there in the scene from the movie. I'll put a little screenshot of it on the screen, but it's kind of cool. Yeah. So if you want a real intimate look at this awesome mansion that's worth many, many millions, watch the movie.
It might even be for sale, we heard, so you could own the Benjamin Button house if you want.
Sadly, it started raining out there, y'all. So we decided to come back and hide in our hotel. We're actually staying in this really awesome hotel that is just like a time capsule. Should we do like a little tour or something?
Yeah. Did
Let's
we
do it.
clean up enough for
Yeah, I
that?
think so.
Okay.
So this is our room here in the old number 77 hotel. This is actually a series of 3 warehouses that were built originally in like the 1850s, I think. And it's been quite a few things over the years, but eventually it became this hotel. But what's super cool is that, sure, they've renovated it, but they've kept a ton of original features, like probably the most obvious thing, bunch of original hardwood. You've got all the exposed brick, and everywhere you look, you see all these little touches like this steel that's over here. This is probably one of the most unique mirror setups I've ever seen. So they've got it on this little gold hook thing. They have this leather strap holding this mirror. It's actually bolted to the wall as well. At first I was like, there's no way this is just suspended, but super creative. You guys gotta tell me, have you ever seen a fan contraption like this? It's basically a single motor and then a system of belts that propels these 2 fans. Maybe that was like common tech in the early 1900s, I don't know. We decided to make one final stop on our journey here in New Orleans, to the Sazerac House. This place is all about whiskey and basically every other liqueur you can imagine. They have a huge wall of it, in fact.
1,000 and something bottles of booze on the wall.
There literally are 1,010, they said, bottles of booze on this wall. Should we take one down and pass it around? Okay, that's enough of that joke.
1,009 bottles of...
So towards the end of the 1800s, New Orleans was full of hundreds of these coffee shops, and you would go there to drink coffee, but also to drink a lot of booze. And the Sazerac House was one of these coffee shops, and it was the birthplace of the official cocktail of New Orleans, and that is the Sazerac. So they built this museum that is basically dedicated to Sazerac, the brand, and the cocktail, the coinciding cocktail that came from it, which it sounds a little confusing, but it will all become clear as we venture through the Museum of Sazerac. So what exactly is in the Sazerac drink? Well, this will make it really easy to explain it. So of course it starts off with sugar, and then you add these specific bitters, Peychaud's bitters. Then you move on to what it's named after. This is Sazerac Rye Whiskey. Then you have this, which I've never heard of in my life, Herb Saint Liqueur. And then you have the Sazerac. We've officially conquered New Orleans, you guys. We've done it.
Just about everything, I think.
Yeah, well, there's actually a lot more to do, if we're being honest, but we did the best we could in the few days that we had.
Yeah, we ate everything, we drank everything, we saw all the things.
We did get a cocktail to go from the Sazerac
yeah,
House.
we did.
There was
You're
one
welcome, my family.
Yeah, one in particular we tried that was just too good, so they have these little kits where you can just buy all the ingredients for the cocktail. Glad we did it. It's gonna be delicious. But I guess now, it's back to RV world, you guys.
Oh my
we gotta
gosh.
get that sorted.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have some fun updates for you in our next video. We'll be picking up our RV and hopefully finishing it.
The engine work is pretty much done, y'all. So we're gonna have to go up there, grab it, figure out what we're gonna do about the damage from that semi-truck that hit it. But we're gonna figure it all out, you guys. We're trying to stay positive.
Yeah, this was a very lovely trip. Helped us forget about all of our troubles up north.
But now, back to reality.
Goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.